Here's the thing, right? Before the flood, rainbows didn't exist. That's what we're told. So what would cause a rainbow? How does a rainbow would only exist if something like some sort of force field or something went up after the flood. Because if you're going by the evidence, doing a detective work and looking at the Sumerian tree of life, the moon was placed in the sky at the time of the flood. And most of the people of the earth were destroyed, so they wouldn't remember who put the moon there. And then there was a rainbow in the sky. God says the rainbow was there to remind you that the earth will never be destroyed by a flood, but instead will be destroyed by fire. So that means there's something up there in the sky now that's causing the holographic distortion that is a rainbow. And if you look at how a rainbow was made, it's because of a prism of light. So there's a force field up there now that didn't exist before. And the revelations in the Bible says that the earth will unravel like a scroll. Or the sky will unravel like a scroll. The sun and the moon will no longer give its light. The stars will fall from the heavens and the earth. And Jesus will come in and he will be the sun. He will be the light. And we'll reign with him for 1,000 years. So there's something up there. Something there now that wasn't there before the flood. So is that when the counterfeit reality was created that David Icke keeps talking about? And is this... Now I'm in no way, shape or form slagging off the Most High Creator God here. But there is a counterfeit God. And he is an imposter as well. He always tries to counterfeit and copy and impose himself as the Most High God when he's not. So we have to look out for him as well. He's not the Father in heaven. So something went up around the time of the flood, and because of that thing what went up, a prism, we now have a rainbow. The rainbow is created by shining light through something that you place in front of the light. So if I have a light here and then I get a crystal and put it in front of it, the rainbow comes out through the far side of the prism. Well, imagine before the flood this thing didn't exist. So think about it this way. The enemy, while God was sleeping after creation, he got busy doing his own little bit of creation while God was sleeping. He corrupted Adam and Eve. He started making giants and stuff like that to build them all these temples, so those temples could project the fake reality that we have around us now. The one that exists with death and all in it. All of these pagan temples would and these pyramids with Mercury underneath them would be like projectors. See, it's the father of lies, this evil entity. Quetzalcoatl is one of his names. And when you look at the pagan temples of the Quetzalcoatl, you always see the dragons pointing down. Yeah? The dragons is always leading you to think there's something coming down onto them. But what about if that's just a deception? In actual fact, there's something being projected out from them. Because they have a mercury base underneath them, and that's an electromagnetic conductor. So there's something being projected. They're projectors. They're projecting something up in the sky. And that's why we have a rainbow. And that's what's happening. There's a force field above us that didn't exist before. And there's something got to do with that moon and all. Because that's why the rainbow's there. It has to be. Science shows that if you put a prism if you put a crystal in front of a light, you'll see a rainbow. But if there's no crystal there, or no prism there in the first place, there's no rainbow. So something has to be there to make the rainbow. So that's more evidence that we're living in a holographic reality. A fake one. The Archon reality. And we can remove that. It's not all doom and gloom. Jesus will help us. He will uphold us. We will do many great things in his name, mightier things, he says. So why not? Let's pull down the moon. Let's wreck the moon. Let's wreck the archons. Let's wreck their temples. Let's wreck their shit. Let's live a little. Let's fuck the whole thing up. If we don't fuck this whole thing up, guaranteed I can blow your mind. Oh, tonight I'm a line and a dollar sign. That if we don't fuck this whole thing up, yeah, let's fuck it up. Fuck it up.